A pleasant day to all my subscribers and active Nigerian citizens. Thank you for joining me once again. This is Naija Unfiltered with Charlie. Here we talk about politics as it affects the lives of Nigerians on the daily basis. I would like to start by saying that for those joining us for the very first time, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Now let's quickly jump at it. We've seen a lot happen in the last few weeks, from Anthony Joshua's accident to now the most recent one, Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie's son's death. It is quite sad, but we're going to talk about that later. And then there's the one of Uzor Kalu where he's making noise about Alex Otti and ensuring that Tinubu gets the full, you know, result in Abia State. Then again, there's a major chaos happening in Edo State right now for Governor Sheriff. He's not having a good time at all. The people want him out, and they want the APC out of Edo State. But let's start with Chimamanda Adichie's son's passing. I would have to say my condolence to her and her family. It is quite so sad. I'm losing a child that was full of life when they came for the vacations, and then only for them to go back without that baby. It is quite so sad. And but what actually made me more concerned was when she wrote down the ordeal, or rather the whole scenario that played out, how that 21-month-old baby lost his life in Nigeria. Mind you, they were to move the next day. So it was not as if she was seeking health care here. It was just the regular checkup so that they would move, for them to move the next day and continue treatment back abroad. And then just just that, and then that, and Nigeria happened to them. When we say Nigeria happens to someone, it's not about how financially rich the person is. We saw Anthony Joshua's case. They landed less than 7 hours that which they landed. An accident that was not supposed to happen. I assume the driver was even on a high speed, fine and good. But the place that vehicle was parked was wrong. They rescued Anthony Joshua and put him in front of a car of the seat without proper care. Same thing as just happened to Chimamanda Adichie's son. Everything happens as if we are, when they say tax reform, it's not as if people don't want to pay. The question is, when they make this payment, would it be useful to them? Mind you, this hospital that this thing happened is one of the top hospitals. Like, only barely 1% of the population can afford that hospital and we get that kind of service. Then imagine how the healthcare facility is right around the country. Let's also recall that Chinua Achebe came to Nigeria, had an accident, and he never walked again. That was how he went. He entered the wheelchair. So Nigeria has keep happening to its people, especially people that come from diaspora. I don't know how that happens. Why would we want a better country? This is why we say we want a better country, because it can happen to anybody at any time. It doesn't matter how financially rich you are. There was an emergency doctors. There were emergency doctors waiting for that child once they landed, but Nigeria still happened to the child before he left, before the family left. It is so sad. Now the hospital has come out to give their own side of the story and all that. But no parent wants to hear a case of you brought in a baby just to get the vitals, just to check his vitals before you move, ensure that the child is stable, so that just and buy us time for us to land to go abroad. And that was it. You are coming now with cock and bull story telling us that that's not and mind you, Ngozi Adichie has just found out that that's not the first case. That has happened to other children in that hospital and nothing happened. Heads don't roll in this part of the world. That's my problem. Heads don't roll. We see things happen and people just go about their normal business. Like I said, a big condolence to her and her family. It's quite a sad one. It is a sad one. And quickly, let's move to the Alex Otti's and Alex Otti and the ex-governor Uzor Kalu and current senator representing Abia North. He has vowed not to ensure that Alex Otti returns back to being the governor come 2027.
APC must win. APC must win. My councillor, my everything. Yes. We must win here. For the time, President Tinubu will have a landslide victory here. Hallelujah. A whole victory. Landslide victory. Oh, we must have the governorship here. Otti came here 3 days to the election, and I called him, my brother, and him, and I told my brother, I will support Otti, I will not support you. He's there asking, and that is the truth. If you ask Otti and Otti says they lie, then he's a liar. He came here, and I told my brother was not here, he was outside. I called him on the phone. I spoke with him and Otti. We must rise up as Abiano people. It's our turn. I was governor first, and he went to Abia Central, he went to Abia South. Now it's our turn. I love that, sir. It's our turn. And I can make area. Over here, I wrote here, Barabaraya. When they pan a Uzona, Uzara is Tari Kurta, no more. Yes, the man is Tari Kurta, Mumma, all the Bobak of Pueblo, you should get ready to have a governor that will be committed to you people. I'm not afraid of fight. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior.
Now he has made a lot of claims, calling Alex Otti a painter. He just goes around and repaints his work that he did several years ago. And I asked myself, where was Uzor Kalu when Tinubu was the governor? I remember Aba as one of those places that when I was traveling from Akwa Ibom, the moment, because I was going to Imo State, the moment I was in the bus, the moment we entered Abia State rather, I knew I had to wake up because it was so bumpy. The road was so bumpy. Where was Uzor Kalu during that period? Now that Alex Otti has come into the picture, cleansed the city, there's a bus currently running now, free for Abians. That's when it feels like the demonic thing. The moment you are in the APC, your brain stops functioning. That's what's happening to Uzor Kalu. You can't tell me the people are happy with the governor, but you have made it your mandate to ensure that the governor leaves just because he's not your party member. How about that? Is that not mentally deranged of him to do? And now for the people of Edo State, on the last election, they proved that they were a force to reckon with. They showed the APC that yes, they can, as a people, come out and vote for someone, regardless of who the state governor is or where the party he belongs whatsoever. And now their governor, since he started his what they call it, his tenure, Edo people have not drank water and dropped cup. Yes, it is that bad. We've seen kidnappings like never before in Edo State. The insecurity heightened, but he's not concerned with that one. What he's concerned with is placing out posters for the next election and then endorsing the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the youth in Ekoma has come out in mass. They have come out in mass. Please watch the video where they are protesting and even carried a coffee signifying the death of APC in Edo State. Watch this and then we'll come back and analyze it.
Pull out from us.
Yes, they have spoken. They have torn down a campaign billboard where we could see the governor and Bola Ahmed Tinubu in quotes coming out for the next election. The people are saying no to that. No, they don't want that. Not with this insecurity, not with what we are going through. And I can't wait for the next election. I keep saying the day the people understand that they hold the power to whatever happens, regardless of how bad the country is, the day Nigerians will come together to unseat these people, that's the day this whole rubbish would stop. No matter, we saw it in Sri Lanka, we've seen it in other countries. The day the masses come out in mass to say enough is enough, and that's the day it ends. But I think maybe because of our diversity in culture and religion and other things, maybe that's why we've not come together. But there's one thing that will unite us: poverty. And I think the way we are going, very soon we would come together because Nigerians have become it has become so hard for people to feed. The insecurity has heightened. So eventually, when all hope is lost, then we will come together to unseat these current demons that are ruling us. The message is clear. The youths in Epoma have said no to you, no to the APC, no to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and yes to a progressive country, yes to good governance, and yes to Peter Obi. That is the signal. And we are coming in full force. The next election and 2027 is going to be an amazing year. Yes, I have high hopes. And to you, please, if you are not a card carrying member of the APC, then it means you are sane. So this is a message to you. One of the problems I would say the Labour Party had in the last election, I like to go back and analyze how that election went. It was the fact that there were no enough, yes, the people wanted them, but we did not have enough boots on ground in terms of covering all the polling units. So we need that this year. We need more people to be card carrying members of the ADC so that they could strategically be positioned in different polling units. You understand the angle I'm coming from? So that we would have personnel in different polling units observing the election as well. That would really help the credibility of the election. You understand? So please, obedience. I know the house is currently not in order. We're trying to still figure things out, but please come in mass, go to the APC, collect your card. That will do Peter Obi a huge favor, and it will do Nigeria a favor. I think that's where we'll join the curtain for this production. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you again next time, guys. Thank you.